As usual, we all know this is the No Politics Wrestling Podcast. If you're listening right now, which we expect you to be listening, shout out to you. Am I right? You ain't gonna pick them up? Damn.
I mean, they better be. What you want me to say? If they not, they fucking up right now.
But we got some Raw to talk about. We got some Smackdown to talk about. The usual, like, what's up? How you feeling about the week? It was an interesting week, right?
Yeah, I'm just excited. I'm excited for Summerslam. Like, right now, most of the matches are set. You know, we kind of have an idea where everything is leading. So for now, it's just kind of like trying to stay engaged enough, hoping they come with something engaging enough to keep me interested and ready for SummerSlam. Because I've been ready. Now it's just get me there already.
I feel you. Damn, did you hear that?
Was it a kitty cat?
It's definitely my cat. She just fucked some shit up.
What she did? What did she do?
I have no clue. She just jumped and I heard just like a loud shh.
That's alright. Cat's got 9 lives. She'll be alright. Unless you
stop. She just went,
I just heard him. Yeah. Faking No Moves got a lot going on in his crib right now.
Yeah, and I figured, last episode we mentioned her, so if she makes some noise, like, it's fine. She's a star now.
She's just trying to contribute to the podcast.
Yeah.
I get it.
Kitty.
What's her name?
Quiet down. Venus.
I don't know why I laughed. Does that mean it's a bad name if I, like, laugh with no reason?
I don't know. We need to ask, some people on Instagram.
Like, what's your cat's name? Venus. Like, I feel like if you laugh, I don't know what that means. I mean, okay, let's do that again. What's your cat's name? But no, don't
Isis.
Tell me. Wait. Start. Okay, wait, hold on.
Imagine. That means it's bad because I just laughed. Didn't we talk
about that before?
That means it's bad because I just laughed.
Yeah, exactly. You see what I mean?
So,
but does that make it a bad name or does that make it like a good name because it's funny?
It's a bad name.
All right, try it again. Give me a different name. What's your cat's name?
Garfield.
I think I'm just laughing now. That one's like really stupid. That's a bad one. That's a bad one, but it was funny. All right. One more. I'm gonna give you one more.
Nigga, I'm about to hit you with the Cat in the Hat.
What's your cat's name?
Damn, what was the Cat in the Hat's name?
Isn't it just Dr. Seuss? You dick.
Was the Cat in the Hat's name Dr. Seuss? No. Dr. Seuss created the Cat in the Hat.
Wait. Dr. Seuss himself is... Oh, no. Whoa, I'm bugging, bro. Holy shit. I feel like a fucking idiot.
Oh, man.
Dr. Seuss is the fucking author, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, the Cat in the Hat, the literal cat in the hat, his name is Dr. Oh, God.
Oh, man. Oh, so, as usual, like we always do, it is Friday, August 11th, 12:22 a.m. This explains why Working Genius
Don't even call me genius right now, because I feel like a fucking
idiot is currently bugging out and thinking Cat in the Hat's name is Dr. Seuss, but we'll give him a pass. Everybody has their off days.
Yo, it's late as fuck right now.
But,
I'm sorry. It's late, all right? It's late. It's 12:23 a.m., August 11th, Friday. This is actually Thursday night, though. We're going to get this out to you Friday noon.
Yep.
Friday, August 11th at noon. Be sure to, if you hear sirens, I'm sorry. If you hear sirens, just know I'm in the hood. No, but I'm in the city. I'm in New York City, so don't mind that. Just like you're gonna excuse Faking No Moves for his kitty cat over there. So, But back to what I was saying. Expect us. You can now expect the No Politics Wrestling podcast. We're going to be very consistent from here on out. Last week we had a episode where we were finally in the same place, so we had to put it out a little later than usual because we held off so that we could make sure we were in the same place to do an episode. From now on, though, Friday at noon, be ready for a new No Politics Wrestling podcast episode.
Word.
So, fuck with us every Friday at noon.
Fuck with us. We got it. Anyway, with that being said, thank you, Working Genius. Those were beautiful words.
I'm back. I'm a genius again, right?
We're excusing you for your other antics.
Brain fart.
But, yeah. We talking Monday Night Raw or we talking SmackDown? What we talking about?
Let's just go in order because, wait, I'm trying to think. Did anything, like, super significant happen on one show over the other?
If we gonna do bullet points, it's gonna be like Rollins, Ambrose situation, Balor Wyatt situation, Bayley injury situation, Last Man Standing situation. Then we got John Cena Nakamura situation, fallout. Carmella James Ellsworth situation.
Is anything whatever's on the top of your mental?
I think Raw has the slight edge this week, for sure.
I don't know.
When it comes to actually like things, like important things happening.
I guess. All right, I got one. I got one that's in my head right now.
Miz, Brock Lesnar kicking off the show.
I wasn't even gonna get into that, but let's do it then.
Come on.
All right.
Monday Night Raw starts. We got Miz, the most must-see TV wrestler, athlete. But he comes to the ring and he demands his guest to be Jason Jordan. Kurt Angle comes out, says Jordan has a match tonight against Curtis Axel, so he's not going to be out tonight. But I got someone better for you, the Beast. Boom. Brock Lesnar comes out. Miz goes at it with Paul Heyman on the mic. And I loved Paul Heyman, like, let him rock, and then was like, okay, my turn. Do you ever role play with your wife? Like, that was crazy,
that was
man, to say that. And he goes, let's do a little role playing. You're Roman Reigns. You're Samoa Joe. You're Braun Strowman.
To him and the Mr.
And this
Raj,
is the Beast. Boom.
And then shit hits the fan.
It was crazy.
I loved seeing the Miz and Heyman go back and forth on the mic. That's just great.
Word.
I feel like Heyman loved that opportunity too.
Yeah.
Like Heyman's gotta know, like, the Miz is the shit right now on the mic.
Hell yeah.
So I think he was ready. I think he must have been anticipating that, because I would be. I mean, I know I'm just a regular dude, but I think Heyman. Maybe I was just reading his look and his facial expressions wrong, but I think he liked the idea of going up against the Miz on the mic.
I felt the same way, man. I just seeing them, because they had that one camera shot where it was like you see the Miz Taraj and Miz standing behind them, and then you see, Brock, and then you see Paul Heyman holding the belt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just killing it. It was awesome. Great way to start off Raw. Brock ends up taking them all out, which was awesome. I actually saw like a video on Instagram of a fan angle, like camera angle from the crowd.
Yeah. And
it looked even better like that too. And then it made me think about, when you go to these live events, you don't hear the commentary. You just see the action, you hear the ring, and it's more of a show for the crowd. So that was dope for them to get that moment where Brock just takes out, the Mr. Raj,
Yeah. I agree. He was German suplexing all of them, F5 to all of them. Cleaned house.
Yep.
And that crowd, they went to Toronto. And this is what I want to mention. They went to Toronto for Raw and SmackDown, and that crowd was amazing.
Great wrestling crowd.
I got to give it up for Toronto. And I mean, I expect it from Toronto, but that doesn't mean we should, like, just bypass the fact that they were great.
They were in Toronto or Montreal?
I believe they were in Toronto.
I think they might have been in both.
I thought that they were in Toronto for Raw and SmackDown. I could be wrong.
Not sure. I could be wrong too. Doesn't matter.
I'm gonna say you're wrong. Let's just go with.
And Canada,
this week we go with you're wrong.
We don't do Googles. We don't do fact checks over here. It's all good. No sources either.
You're wrong, though. No, let's just go with you're wrong this time. It's all right. It's going to be all right. Just let the people feel like you're wrong. I'll take
Fucking
the next
Canada
one.
in general is a great wrestling state. Like they love wrestling. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Wait.
Some of the greats come from Canada.
Yeah, you got to call it a country, though.
Country. My bad.
They're not going to like you if you just start
I'm sorry,
them.
guys. Come on, man. All right, now I'm the working idiot. And you're the working genius.
I had to balance it. I had to get it balanced, so I'm coming at you early.
Word. So let's talk more about Raw. Let's talk about Seth Rollins and Ambrose, their whole situation. How do you see this playing out? I mean, it's crazy. You know, Seth had his match and Ambrose don't help him, and then Ambrose like, you did that on purpose. So then I have to help you. Like, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
Well, that was last week. I think you're confusing it.
Oh, that was last week?
Yeah. Okay, so this week, this is what I actually wanted to talk about. This is what stuck out in my head, so I'm excited to talk about it. So, last week, Rollins had the match, and Ambrose helped him. And so, so this week, Rollins and Ambrose were in a backstage segment after that Lesnar situation, where he was like, where he explained, like, wait, did he explain? No, wait. No, that last week, he explained that I know what you did. You're the architect, whatever.
Well, they had words backstage this week.
Yeah, exactly. But this was different though. This was after Rollins' match.
Right, you concur.
Rollins versus Sheamus is immediately after the Lesnar thing, the whole Lesnar Miss TV segment, and Rollins, I believe he faces Sheamus, and then after the match, he gets jumped by Sheamus and Cesaro. Well, not really. Rollins kind of started it.
Yeah.
By diving at them through the ropes.
Yeah, yep, you're right.
So then Rollins gets, like, beat down. Ambrose doesn't show up. So after this, Rollins is backstage looking for not looking for Ambrose, but he's backstage. And he runs into Ambrose. And Ambrose says, oh, see, now I look like a jerk. And Rollins says, because you are a jerk. It was 3 years ago. What do I have to do to show you I'm not the same guy? I thought this was fucking great, by the way.
Like, I feel like that's the same thing as saying, though, like, I know what you're doing. I look like a jerk, you know?
No, but last week he was like...
He's the one who
was like, I know what you're doing, and so I had to come out because, or else I look like a jerk. This time, he didn't come out, and now he does look like a jerk. So, but the emotion from Rollins when he was just like, what do I have to do? It was 3 years ago. You know, like, I felt that. I was like, that was solid by Seth. You know what I mean? And then Ambrose was just like, I don't know if you are the same guy, but I'm not sticking around to find out.
Word.
Which I thought was fucking great. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Ambrose says, actually, he finishes it by saying, welcome to being alone. Which is dope because, you know, Ambrose just kind of does his own thing. And
he's always been like,
that's how he is. So I think it ties in their characters perfectly. I've been loving this. And later, there's more from it.
Yeah, so let's speak on it.
Okay. So, later in the night, Ambrose has a match with Cesaro.
Yep.
And they were actually, I thought this was interesting. They were actually "Let's Go Ambrose" chants, but they were followed by "Ambrose sucks" chants.
Really?
Yeah, it was like "Let's go Ambrose, Ambrose sucks."
Wow.
You know? And I just thought that was worth mentioning because it was interesting.
For not helping Rollins?
No, I don't even think it was that. I think
that's what it is. That's interesting.
Think about Toronto, and think about like how smart of a wrestling crowd they are. I was thinking
Ambrose sucks.
I feel like people are kind of tired of the face gimmick, the babyface Ambrose. A lot of people be like, Ambrose needs to turn heel and shit like that. So that's how I took it anyway. But I could be wrong. Maybe it's the whole Rollins thing. Because it sounded like the kids were like, let's go Ambrose. Whereas the adults were like, Ambrose sucks. And I don't think the adults would be like, man, Ambrose sucks for not helping Rollins. You know what I mean? Like, the adults are more for the actual performers as opposed to the story.
One thing I did say, though, was, you know, Rollins and Seth, when I saw them together, at the end when Ambrose actually because long story short, Ambrose gets the win by
it was a roll up.
Roll up.
It was I thought I don't want to say great, really really good though. Really solid match, surprising, and they got a lot of time.
Yeah, it was.
They got a lot of time, and usually I'm like on Ambrose matches, but this was really solid. So I definitely got to throw that in there, despite the fact that it ended in a roll up.
At this point, I guess Sheamus starts now and comes in and goes after.
Yeah, they start jumping Ambrose.
Yeah, and Rollins comes down. He helps him. Ambrose realizes okay, maybe he is all right, and puts the fist out.
Yeah.
And then this time it's Seth Rollins' turn to be like, nah, I'm good, and walks off.
Yeah, I wanted to say that.
But I love seeing them together. I was like, what if they did become a tag team and actually start going that route with them? Like, I would love to see them pairing up going forward right now for, where wrestling's at and, the stories that are going. And that division kind of needs somebody, a different team.
Bro, I had fucking goosebumps, and I was super fucking excited during that part. And I was heartbroken when Rollins didn't put his fist out. So if you're wondering how I felt about what if they did, I'm fucking waiting for it now. Before I was like, shit, this shit is whack, whatever, they're forcing it. Bruh, this storytelling is so beautiful, and they're taking their time with it, and every week they add another piece to it, and it's just so beautiful, and you just understand why Ambrose was so hesitant, and now why Rollins is hesitant, and the whole backstage early in the night where Rollins is like, what do I have to do? And Ambrose is, you just get it, and it's being built so fucking well.
Perfect.
And I'm so emotionally invested in it at this point.
It just hooked me in. Yeah, you're right.
As much as I didn't want them to do it, they've been doing it so perfectly. It's being done so right at this point. That's man, I would love to see them make up and be a tag team. I'd be totally fine with them being a tag team. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe, remember we were talking, there's no number one contenders for Sheamus.
Exactly, and that's what it looks like it's trending towards.
And I hope so. Why not?
Exactly. I agree. But the thing is, Ambrose and Rollins, if they do get together in a tag team role before SummerSlam and end up fighting for the titles, wouldn't you expect them to win, though?
Yeah.
That's the weird thing. So, it's tough. It's tough to figure that out because I don't think you should take the titles off Sheamus and Cesaro right now.
I didn't do nothing.
But you just never know.
I agree with you. And, yeah, man, I'm interested to see. Hopefully they go that route. Also, what else you want to talk about from Raw? Bray Wyatt and Balor. I freaking, every time I think of Bray Wyatt and Balor together, I combine their names.
Bray Balor or Finn Wyatt? What
Balor. Last week I said Balor. Remember?
Yeah.
That was funny. I was so mad at myself when I re-listened to the episode. I was like, man, I know my shit about wrestling. I don't make mistakes like that. I should never mess up that man's name. It's Balor Club. We know that.
You just put a lot of pressure on yourself by saying, I never mess up. Now, every time, people are going to watch for that. That's your fuck up. You just did that to yourself.
I said his name. I should never mess up his name, right?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I should never mess up his name. Not that I never mess up. Nobody's perfect, man.
Okay. Except Ty Dillinger.
Exactly.
Perfect 10. So you making mistakes. Yep. You need to know that. Facts. You need to know that.
But yeah, so Bray Wyatt called out Finn Balor this week.
Nope.
And
backwards. Finn Balor called out Bray Wyatt.
Called out Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
It was dope though, because then Bray's music hit and Bray was in the ring, but Balor was sitting on the turnbuckle. Talk about it.
All right. Well, Balor cuts his promo. One thing he said in his promo that I liked was, the next time you want to come at Finn, you better not miss. Right?
And he also said, whatever you want to start, I'll finish.
Yep, exactly. So, I had that in my notes too. So the lights cut out, and Bray appears in the center of the ring, but Finn is just chilling, sitting on the turnbuckle. And Finn's character is that cool guy. He got the black leather on, all black.
What?
He just cool. So that's when I saw that, I was like, yo, this is dope. And Bray, I love Bray's reaction when he sees because it was almost like Finn was like.
Did you hear him?
Say that again.
Did you hear him?
Yes, I was gonna get into that.
All right.
When it's like Bray appears in the center of the ring right after Finn says his thing about next time you come at Finn, you better not miss. So Bray, I guess, he's like in the middle of the ring, like looking like he just missed Finn, and Finn is just chilling behind him on the turnbuckle. And Bray starts laughing, and Bray goes, "I like that." And I
like that.
And just laughing, bro. Bray is so amazing.
Oh my God, it was amazing. Just that alone.
No,
right
not
there,
I liked it.
bro.
He's like, I like it. I like it. That's what he says. But it's just fucking awesome.
And then Bray ran at him, and Balor jumps over him.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
man.
Finn was just like using his agility to get away from Balor. And then
Lights go out.
And then Finn kind of like takes out Balor with something for a quick second. And then the lights go out again. And then Bray is backstage on the Titantron cutting a promo.
Yes.
Just fucking awesome.
Yep. And then he's like, he says some shit. I can't remember, but it was fire.
Yeah.
He spit some bars. And then he goes, run.
Yeah. The whole segment, it was like short. It wasn't that long, you know what I mean? It was probably like.
But it was very impactful.
But it was
like, that's what we need.
Exactly. Short and super fucking sweet and on point and concise. Just perfect.
Yeah.
So I was hyped about that.
To the Raw team.
Yeah.
I got some notes here. I got cruiserweights, ...
But ... that means we don't talk about it.
Yeah. To talk about the women's situation, Bayley, she had her number one contender spot secured, but she got injured during that match. We spoke about it last week. We feel, and I think, majority of the universe feels Sasha should be getting that shot anyway against Bliss. We want to see where their feud, can go. Like, they should definitely continue it. But there was some matches to work and figure out who's going to be the number one contender.
Yeah.
Sasha won one. Yeah. Nia won one. I skipped those because when I saw who was in the match, I was like, obviously it's going to be Sasha versus Nia.
Beat Emma.
Like, let's go. Like, I'll see you next week.
Sasha beat Emma and Alicia Fox. And Nia beat probably like Dana and Mickey, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, obviously we knew it was going to be Nia versus Sasha, which should be cool. The thing about Bayley's injury, I wanted to ask, do you think it's legit?
I think it's legit.
Because it's just super great timing.
It's weird, too, that, like, she finished the match, and she got picked up in that move and thrown on her shoulder again at the end. And I don't know if it's not legit, then that's great acting. But if it is legit, that's like Finn Balor level shit, like going through the pain and finishing.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Mad respect to Bayley. Mad respect, for real.
Yeah. The only reason I bring it up is I'm not even trying to like stir shit up, but because we talk about certain injuries, they end up being like blessings in disguise.
Yeah.
Like the Balor injury, the Revival, which that's another injury that we got to mention.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
What, they injured again?
Yeah.
What happened?
This time not Dash. It's Scott Dawson got hurt.
What did he hurt?
I don't know. I could pull it up though.
Bro, that's super bad timing.
Nah, that's good timing again.
I don't know. They were just on fire, like.
Yeah, but it was that triple threat thing. It was that three-way situation.
To seeing like a triple threat match, man. SummerSlam.
Yeah, no, I thought the same thing, but it's also not. It's not good timing, but it's not bad timing to me. That's the point I'm trying to make. I don't know. I'm in between.
Speaking of them, though, we'll get back to the injury when you find it. But
yeah, I got too many picks in my
they
phone.
were in a thing like we mentioned with the club and the Hardys. The club actually faced, I think, Enzo
and Big
Show this week, and then the club got the W. Big surprise there. No, not really.
But I want to talk about how Enzo and Big Show are actually a cool little tag team. They're
actually a pretty cool little tag.
I like it.
Bro, that end, though, Big Cass taking the punch, the KO punch,
Yeah.
sold the shit out of it. Shouts to Big Cass. I love the way he sold that punch. I haven't seen nobody sell that punch that good in a minute.
Yeah, he was stumbling all over the place.
He like definitely got stiff on some World Star and like dropped. Like he did good. I fuck with him for that.
You know what I fucked with? The fact that the crowd fucked with the club. And, the crowd is really buying into the whole nerds, because I love the nerds thing.
I love it too, yeah, you're right.
So I like that the crowd was, like, super anticipating it.
Word.
So I feel like that's it. Am I missing something? Yes, of course I'm missing something. We're missing the main event, and then I think that's about it.
Yeah, of course. Jason Jordan had a match with Saint Pierre Goulet.
Did you actually remember the name?
No, it was something like that.
It was like Jean Pierre probably.
Jean Pierre Goulet.
Yeah, like Jean.
That shit was
not
dope.
Jean, because it's like French.
Pierre Goulet from Quebec, Canada.
Quebec City.
Yeah,
and they fucking loved it. They were like, "Let's go, Jobber."
Yeah. Yo, Toronto was awesome.
Wait, one thing I actually want to talk about with this is that do you think that Jason Jordan is a heel?
Were they booing him?
Yeah, but only because the guy was from Quebec City.
Yeah. Nah.
Now, what I'm asking, though, the reason I'm asking, though, is because you would think that why would they pick someone from Quebec City that they know is going to get cheered?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wouldn't they just pick someone, not say he's from Canada, because then he's just a regular jobber and Jason Jordan could be the babyface. But by saying he's from Canada, you're saying we want him to be the babyface. Yeah. So that kind of makes you feel like Jason Jordan must be a heel. And of course
they're towing the line. They're trying to figure it out.
Okay. So you think, they're just kind of staying in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he laughed and he understood why the crowd was like.
Exactly. That was an interesting thing too. So, is that after he was just kind of. It's crazy because Toronto last time I remember.
Real American, it's all right. I understand.
Exactly. Last time I remember American Alpha was American Alpha in Toronto for an NXT takeover.
Yeah.
Right. And so I just feel like, was it the NXT takeover from the Roadblock pay-per-view last year? Not this past 2016 Roadblock, the Dean Ambrose Triple H main event.
Yeah.
I think NXT had a. Did NXT have a?
Yeah, they did.
So maybe it was
they
there.
Had to take over Toronto.
I just know that it's funny because Jason Jordan probably knows Toronto well, and Toronto usually shows love for Jason Jordan. So the fact that they were booing him is funny. Like, oh, now you boo me, so it's kind of.
He'll be all right.
No, I know he will be.
We didn't see Chad Gable, though. I mean, we're going to get into Smackdown, but we didn't see him this week. Did we?
No. Nope.
Which I still feel he has star potential, man.
He definitely
can do so much with him, too. He's a smaller guy, but he's talented. He's very talented.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jason Jordan, he'll be fine. Now let's get into that main event.
Strowman versus Reigns, last man standing. And I think this is a great match stipulation, first of all, just because the thing about these two guys is neither of them will stay down.
Yeah.
That's their whole thing. Reigns gets up from fucking everything, and Strowman is hard enough to get down, let alone keep him down. So, I love the stipulation itself. Great stipulation.
Some major moments. Braun Strowman had a drop kick. That was nice to see.
Yeah. From
literally just standing regular. We've seen him do it. Was it a drop kick or was it like a headbutt from the top rope?
Maybe a drop kick.
Might have been. But we've seen him do some shit from the top rope, but he definitely never did a standing drop kick, so he did that. This is the match. That was big.
That's awesome.
He also launched a fucking chair at, like a desk chair, like the ones you lean
like
back
a computer
on,
chair.
The leather ones, computer chair, yeah. At Roman. I've never seen that done.
Yeah, me
neither. That was the first time I've seen that.
Awesome.
So that was cool. That was awesome. Hell yeah.
There was the Samoan drop through the table.
Through the table, yes. I definitely wrote that in my notes.
And then they were on the ramp and on the stage near the entrance. And at some point Braun starts making his way back towards the ring. Yeah. And Reigns from the top of the ramp, runs like full fucking speed and spears Braun. It was fucking awesome.
It was nice. That was the best spear I think I've seen ever.
Right?
Reigns, at least. Too.
Right? Just that, all that speed, man.
That was a clean spear. That shit was big. I literally wrote that down, like, nasty. Love the finish. Nasty spear.
And then they were just both laid out. And at about 8, Reigns gets up and, like, kind of, like, stumbles over towards the crowd area in that little corner.
Barricade.
Yeah, the barrier and shit like that. And then right when he's, like, leaned up against it, from the crowd, Samoan
fan
gets him into the fucking coquina clutch.
The Destroyer.
And puts him out.
Puts him to sleep.
And then...
At this point, I thought they were going to count 10 and, like, both of them would be out.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened?
But then Strowman gets up.
Strowman gets up and gets the W.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. It was a great match. Definitely an eventful match and a memorable match.
Mm.
And it just adds to what Reigns and Braun have been doing. Like, we've definitely been behind their feud.
Yeah, for sure.
So for them to, maybe this is, like, finally the blow-off.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, this still
maybe, I don't know, because we still got the Fatal 4-Way.
Exactly.
So maybe it's never over. Like we said, they're just going to leave till they die or retire and go in the Hall of Fame.
Someone has to die. Maybe that's their next shit, like a buried alive
and we said that before that shit happened with the fucking ambulance smashing into the fucking...
Yeah.
The fucking 18-wheeler.
Maybe the next thing is like a buried alive match.
Wow.
I could see them having a Hell in a Cell match. This is, man. Like, they can do all of this.
Oh, let's not forget. Strowman said, your yard is my playground.
Yo, Strowman cut a hell of a fucking promo. Everything he said was like punchline after punchline. And
I remember
he said so many good lines that I don't even think I could write it down. I know he said, when I'm around, the big dog is just a little puppy. That's how he said that. And then he followed that up with, and his yard is my playground. Everything he was saying was great. Bro, he cuts great fucking promos, bro.
Shouts to Braun.
To be new to this mic shit, like, he's a natural on that shit.
Yeah.
Even when he has the one-liners when he's in, like, a confrontation with someone, great. Now they put a mic in front of him, just him, killed it.
Yeah.
Like, he does a really fucking good job, man.
Yeah.
I love how eloquent he is for a monster among men.
And he's just really, like, a beast, too. Like, that's probably who he is as a man. Like, he's such a big fucking guy. Like,
yeah.
Did you hear what happened with, like, him and Karen Jarrett?
No.
Jeff Jarrett's, I guess, ex-wife?
No.
So, they were at a bar, and she went up to him and was like, can I get an autograph for your son? He didn't know who she was. And he told her, fuck your son.
Yo.
At a bar. For real.
What do you even say to that, right?
Yo, and you see this big motherfucker, he drinking at the bar, you ask him for an autograph for your son, he goes, fuck your son.
I would have just been like, you want me to buy you a shot? Should I buy you a shot? Like,
I got you. Next round's on me.
Next round, I would immediately offer him more
I
drink.
could just imagine Karen Jarrett like, this finna be a breeze. Go act Bray Wyatt. Braun Strowman for an autograph.
She's like
Can
trying
I get
to
an autograph for my son? Fuck your son. My bad, big fella.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh, man. Shout out to Haha Davis, by the way, on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
Fuck with him. If you don't know who Haha Davis is, check his shit out. That shit is mad funny. But, yeah, man, so great Raw. Samoa Joe, there was actually some thank you Joe chants when he put Reigns out. That was important.
Yep. Crowd comes out, he does the coquina clutch out the crowd, puts Roman out, crowd chants thank you Joe. I literally wrote that down in my notes.
Yeah.
Crowd
me too. Thank you Joe.
Chants thank you Joe. That was awesome. I love that finish, man. That was dope. Joe looked strong. Strowman, he looked good, so I'm not mad. They kept him, with the W.
Yeah.
To make him, be strong going into this main event. And Roman's just taking the Roman role, no matter if he loses or not. Like, he's Roman, so Roman McMahon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on that note, solid show. We had Smackdown, the follow up to last week, which ended with the once in a lifetime dream match between John Cena and Nakamura. Scary ending almost with that one. Something that happened after the show. I don't know. Did we speak about it on the last episode that Baron Corbin attacked
Pretty
John
sure we
Cena?
did.
I think so. Yeah. So they actually started the show acknowledging that, right?
Was that at the very beginning?
Yeah, because John Cena came out first.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
he recapped the whole situation from last week. That's what happened, and then Corbin came out with a new song.
Yeah.
The intro to it is fire, but I don't love the rest of it.
Yeah, it needs to be a little more hard hitting.
I loved his old one.
I liked his old one because I got used to it. Like it had that
Yeah.
I don't know.
I loved his old one, but that brings me to my next point is that I feel like there's been a lot of new entrance music lately.
Yeah.
Because Big Cash changed his too.
I heard.
Yeah.
I didn't even recognize we spoke about that, but they didn't have him shit played this week.
The Usos have their new theme.
Yeah, I like their new theme.
I don't love it. I like the old one. I just love letting that beat ride. I didn't love them rapping on it.
They were kind of rapping on it. They were like, "It ain't paranoia, it's the Usos." Like I was like, "Yo, wait a minute, they doing their own shit now?"
I think they were too hype about the freestyle battle. And then they were like, "Yo, maybe we should put some bars on our theme song."
Vince was like, "Wait a minute, you guys could actually rap."
Yeah.
We're gonna get you on your own song.
I didn't love it because I just love the beat. Like I could listen to the last theme they had and just let that beat ride out. Dun, 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 dun. Like I don't know. I'm
all
cool
this shit is fire though. This one gonna grow on you.
Maybe, but I think I just fucked with the last one. Same thing with Corbin. I fucked with the last one. So
yeah.
But Corbin
Speaking
of
songs though, John Cena when he came out, he was dancing to John Cena Sucks.
Yeah.
Did you hear his little shimmy and show this shit? I was like, wait a minute, my man John got the moves. Hold up.
Don't hype it. Because now he going to change his, just like the Usos got hype off the freestyle, John Cena going to have a new entrance video. He going to be shimmying in it.
John had the moves. I was like, wait a minute. Hold up. For real.
Alright, so Corbin comes out. He says he's the future and that he has no problem making Cena the past.
Yeah. Good back and forth.
Yeah. Then Cena says he's a dumpster fire, like some fan sign.
Yes, that was
And
dope.
the crowd starts chanting it.
Yup.
And then he says, with all due respect, come down to the ring and I'll put your ass through another table. Because that's how last SmackDown not ended, but when
basically
Corbin attacked
afterwards, yeah.
Nakamura, Cena got him back by putting him through the announcer's table. And
which actually
so
Baron set up for John to go through.
Exactly. So Corbin then says that he's the Money in the Bank owner, so Cena ain't worth his time, and he tries to leave. And right when he's about to leave, Daniel Bryan's music hits. He stops him. Exactly. Announces Cena versus Corbin at SummerSlam, which I guess we pretty much all expected.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that, though. That's going to be a solid match. And another thing to mention, they said, so John Cena, the free agent, will be facing Baron Corbin. Like,
they made sure to mention it.
Yes.
Because after SummerSlam, he's going to move to Raw.
Yeah.
Why? We'll see. But
face Roman.
Yeah. So what else? What else was on this episode of SmackDown?
We had the tag match with the Usos against Sami Zayn and Ty Dillinger. I like seeing Sami Zayn and Ty Dillinger together. I think they should do this too. This is another team that they could actually put into the tag division.
I totally agree. I like seeing them. I knew Canada would fucking love seeing them.
And that's another thing because they're both Canadian.
Yeah. I wasn't even too sure on Ty being Canadian. To be honest, like I knew Zayn was, and I was like, I think Ty is too, but I wasn't so sure. But seeing them together, I was like, all right, this works. And the crowd fucking loved it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I hope
they had good
for,
chemistry.
though? I want it to be a situation where, like, yeah, you have tag teams, but at the same time, they can still get into, like, singles feuds.
Yeah.
Like, kind of how, like, Sheamus and Cesaro are a tag team. Yet, you know, they do their own shit sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, and they support each other, but, you know.
Yeah, I like that idea, too.
I almost thought for sure that Zayn and Dillinger were gonna win though, because I was like, man,
I thought they were gonna win too,
it's
and
Canada.
that finish was kind of sketchy.
Talk about it.
The little, like, he got him in like a Boston Crab. I don't remember which Uso it is. I'm usually good at determining.
Damn, you trash.
But when Dillinger was in the like Boston Crab move, he like was teasing a tap and kind of like tapped his fingers very lightly, and then the ref was like, "Did you tap?" And then it's like he did it kind of like again, and the ref just like rang the bell, and then he like tapped hard. It was weird. It was kind of sketchy.
Oh, maybe he was like trying to like build up to the like anticipatory tap.
Yeah, but the ref kind of blew the bell.
Yeah.
Before he really got into the tap, it was kind of weird and off. But I figured the intention was for them to lose anyway, especially after what happened next.
Yeah. Here's what I thought. Actually, I thought that Zayn and Ty were gonna win because they were in Canada. But I thought the New Day was gonna kind of get involved and like distract the Usos a little bit. That way, the Usos don't lose so much, and they don't look so bad. While the hometown heroes could get their little W. But
I feel that.
But the Usos win, and they cut a short promo asking where's New Day. So Big E, he gets on the mic. He's like, "Oh, Toronto," whatever. And then Big E comes out, and they're looking at Big E, and then from behind, Kofi and Woods attack him. So.
Yep. And one thing I wrote down about this is that New Day attacks them and then attempted to use a chair. And then the Usos like escaped. And I've never seen them take it to that extreme before, like that edge.
What do you mean? Like since their face turn, right?
Yeah, like it's like, yeah, they come after people and get them back, but like to literally be like, grab a chair and like, yo, we're gonna put them out, and then, you know what I'm saying?
I'm glad.
I'm happy too. There's nothing wrong with that. They're still good dudes because the crowd was behind them. They were chanting for them. OD.
Yeah, one thing I think that WWE has trouble with, maybe because they're trying to appeal to a kid audience, is that when someone becomes a babyface, suddenly WWE feels like they have to never do anything that could even be considered bad. So like, don't use weapons unless they're in a weapons match of some sort. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Or don't cheat even though you have the numbers advantage because you're good guys. Even you know what I like.
Yeah.
And I think they need to break out of that because, to me, you need to have that gray area where sometimes people do things. Nobody wants to see a goody two shoes. You want to see some hints that a character isn't perfect.
Yeah.
So I like them grabbing
the
chair.
That was good. They got a match at SummerSlam. Who do you feel is building the better matches going into SummerSlam? I got a vibe that like I'm anticipating Smackdown's more, even though Raw got that big Fatal 4.
That's the only thing. See, I actually came across a post earlier that was like that compared Raw's main event at SummerSlam to SmackDown's main event, and it looks lopsided. But in my mind, it's like, but SmackDown as a whole is what I'm looking forward to. Whereas Raw, it's like the Fatal 4-Way build is good, but like other than that, it's like But then I thought, if Cesaro and Ambrose go up against Cesaro and Sheamus go up against Rollins and Ambrose, that's pretty good, and the build has been dope. But the build has been less about them versus each other and more about.
And then we got Big Cass versus Big Show. We forgot to mention that earlier.
Yeah, which build has been solid as well, but I'm not really anticipating that match.
Yeah.
Bliss versus Sasha.
We're gonna have a SummerSlam, match. I mean, episode.
Yeah, of course. I was gonna say the SummerSlam. Sasha versus Bliss is also kind of a solidly built story too.
If that happens, because we also talked about
But even
Nia.
if it's Nia, that's a solidly built story too.
That's solid. Yeah.
And then that's not even talking about the Hardys versus the Revival and the Club is what it was looking like, but now it's probably just the Club.
If that happens, we'll see. But back to SmackDown. Awesome, for the tag division, and their card that they're building is definitely looking strong for SummerSlam. We also had
Fashion
probably
Peaks.
like 3 3 or 4 more segments to talk about. What did you say?
Fashion peaks.
Fashion.
We're speaking about tag teams. Might as well get into it.
So that was hilarious. It starts off, and I think Tyler Breeze is at his desk with the Ascension, and he's telling them about his dream. And they're like, he's like, you had a log and you were pouring syrup on it, and then you had some shit. And he was like, sounds about right. That shit was hilarious. Yeah. What was the other thing that happened in that segment?
So I believe they're like, they're eating, right?
Yeah, they were. He was like, I know who it is though. And then he was like, oh, it's all right. And it was like, you're not gonna like find out. I was like, no, we just came for the pie.
Yeah. So they take the pie and they leave. Hilarious. And then Fandango comes in and he's like, Dango. Yes. And I think he's like, are you real, or like, what happened?
Is that really you? He's like, where have you been?
He passes him like, I guess, coffee. And he like sips it,
spits it out,
and then spits it out, and I guess that like woke him up, I guess.
And he says he sips it, he spits it out, he goes, "That's damn good coffee."
Yeah. And then he says he was abducted by anal probes.
Yeah. And then aliens.
Abducted by he says abducted.
He said it was the aliens.
Yeah, and then he says.
And then, why did they abduct you? And he was like, anal probes. I mean, outfits or some shit.
Wardrobes.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, why did they have you like so long? He was like, I could have left at any time. I just he was just there by hostage. Choice. And he said, but they gave him clairvoyance. He struggled with like pronouncing it, I guess, as the joke. Yeah. But and he was like, and the next person that walks through that door, that's who hurt Tully.
And then who is it?
Arn Anderson.
Yes.
Arn Anderson. He's like, and he's just like, where's the catering? Like he's like, he walks in just like so, not expecting.
And then it's a horse named Tully, and 4 horsemen. Exactly. Tully Anderson, Arn Anderson. He says, everyone knows I was the horse of that group. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You should have named him Arn.
And then he goes, and I'm taking donuts.
And I'm taking these donuts.
It's like, it was the weirdest thing. I don't know. Do you think that's just... Because obviously there's more to this. Like, who... Like, now it's like, okay.
They're backing off. From what we originally thought.
I feel like...
So, I think that's it. That's the case. It's all.
Well, no, it's still to be continued.
Of course. That show will always continue.
But here's the thing. Now it's like, okay, so is there someone actually attacking them? Or are we chalking it up to it actually being aliens that abducted Fandango and that took him out? Him and Breeze. Yeah. And then are we going with that Tully... The horse was actually attacked by Arn Anderson.
Yeah, so there are up to that, and let's see what's next. But if maybe not. I'm not 100% sure though.
Yeah, I'm confused. I need to see the next episode of Fashion Peaks.
Exactly. This is exactly what they want.
They're doing a really fucking good job. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them.
So then we
get. So
I was gonna
Smackdown.
Get into this Charlotte Lana match because the only thing I wanted to talk about was that Lana accidentally pulled down Charlotte's pants during this match.
What? Okay, wait a minute. Before you get into it, let me give you my notes on it. Charlotte versus Lana. : skip ? Waited, saw after the backstage exclusive video, decided to skip.
That's kind of fucked up.
That's my note, and then I go, Charlotte gets the W though.
Yeah, at some point, Charlotte did like, I think it's kind of like a sunset flip, you know, when you like go over their body.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're still holding on to their waist. And like when she did that, I guess she was holding on to the tights or like her, whatever you want to call them, her underwear tight things. And she pulled them down, but she was facing away from the camera.
Oh.
But like Charlotte's reaction was like, like a quick little panic, but she handled it super well because after the match she was just kind of laughing and smiling a lot.
Oh wow! It's
Yeah.
because I skipped it. I didn't know that happened. So
Yeah.
awesome.
So, but I actually liked the finish. It was a quick match, but Lana, I guess, rolled her up at some point, and she was like this close. Oh shit! I hit my mic. She was like, I was this close, and gestured like just a small like second away. And when she did that, Lana smacked her, smacked the shit out of her. So Charlotte like took 2 steps back, and then booted the shit out of Lana, and then put her in the figure 4 and made her tap, or the figure 8.
Okay. I saw the finish when she tapped.
Yeah. So it was quick, but I liked it. Effective, because they've been building that. I mean, it was just Lana versus Charlotte, but that they've had a little beef, and Charlotte's wanted to fuck Lana up for a while.
Yeah.
Which actually led to Lana and Tamina's segment backstage, where Tamina was like, "So do you feel
that you were more ravishing?" Or...
Yeah, she was like, "Do you feel more charismatic and more ravishing than me?" And Lana was just like, "You made your point. You don't have to, keep on."
Yep.
And then she said, Tamina said, "You didn't get consecutive title shots or back-to-back title shots because of your in-ring ability. You did it because of your ambition, and now you're going to help me get mine." So,
ooh, I like that.
So it's setting up for...
Okay.
So basically, I guess basically the whole Charlotte Lana thing and everything with Naomi is showing that Lana, I guess she just...
using Tamina to get better at wrestling, and then Tamina's using
her ambition.
Yeah.
Because they kind of complete each other almost.
Yeah.
Like, Lana is super ravishing, and the crowd loves her, and, she's less of an in-ring ability, whereas Tamina has more of that, and she doesn't connect with the crowd as much. So... it's kind of like an interesting little match. Maybe it's like, I don't know, it's weird to say. I was going to say like Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax, but it's too far off because Alexa has in-ring ability and mic ability and charisma. You know what I'm saying?
I don't really know how to feel about Lana as a wrestler.
Yeah, I mean, she's not great.
Yeah.
She still can improve a lot.
I don't want to shit on her though, because she's doing good. Look at what happened with Eva Marie.
I don't think it's shitting on someone to be like, oh yeah, they're new to wrestling and they still got a lot to learn. And I'm not gonna be like, she's whack, she's never gonna be good. Like,
yeah, you're right.
But she is just beginning, so we shouldn't. That's why it's not like she's a letdown. Like, we weren't like expecting her to kill it. So just gotta give her time. But since we're on the women, let's talk Carmella Naomi.
Carmella Naomi.
Non-title.
This was another match. It was solid. Carmella's definitely one of those where she was new, but she definitely improved.
Exactly.
So I like this match. She looked good. My man James Ellsworth is back.
Yeah, well, you can't just say it like that. So in the match, Carmella and Naomi, they were having a pretty damn good match, by the way.
Yeah.
And at some point in the match, they're like on the top turnbuckle, and they kept building up this turnbuckle spot where where Naomi was sitting on the top turnbuckle, but Carmella kept trying to jump on it to get the superplex, and Naomi would keep kicking her off, and eventually Naomi was ready to, I don't know, maybe she was trying to splash Carmella, and Ellsworth came out from underneath the ring and like tripped her up, and so she like fell off the top rope, hit the top rope, and then why do I keep saying Lana? Carmella rolls her up, and that's it. All right, stop making heart faces and hard eyes and making hearts with your hands and speak on it, please.
Good moment for Carmella. James Ellsworth is back, like I said. Afterwards, they had a dope backstage segment with Natty too. I fucked with that segment. Natty was like, "I'm gonna hit you so hard your chin's gonna look like his."
Yeah,
come on.
If you get involved, I'm gonna give you a chin like him.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
Yeah, but what did Do you remember what Ellsworth said to Natty?
Oh, fuck. Why you gonna put me on the spot? Nah, I don't.
You whack. He says, good luck at SummerSlam. We're really counting on you to win, or some shit like that.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Basically, it sounds like their plan is for Natty to win and to cash in on Natty. I mean, I'm sure that she'd rather cash in on Natty than Naomi. Yeah. But now, by beating Naomi with Ellsworth, you know, she kind of probably has that confidence that she could take out Naomi, too.
Word. Ellsworth being back is super vital.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah. She has a big advantage now.
And a lot of momentum.
I'm
almost positive she's cashing in at SummerSlam.
Right?
Positive.
Now, like, I don't know if Baron Corbin is doing it. They haven't teased that. Especially now that he has that big match with John.
Yeah, but that's the kind of match.
Carmella's definitely teasing it.
That's the kind of match he loses earlier in the night, and then he pops up during the end of the match.
Now you forget about him, like, oh, he lost.
Yep. We're gonna see two cash-ins at SummerSlam. We talked about this last week. I feel like they're gonna make that kind of history.
We'll see.
And it's in Brooklyn, so that makes me even feel more strongly about Carmella cashing in Brooklyn. Think about her becoming the champion, her first women's title in Brooklyn, where she'll probably have family in the arena.
Major key.
That's major right there.
Yeah, you're right.
So
that's gonna be a moment. And think about it, her boyfriend will be there.
Yep.
Big cast, you know.
Exactly.
Great. That was some great insight right there. That was the 411.
Yeah. Shut up.
But
so let's get into what do you want to get into? Because
I think we skipped AJ Styles, Kevin Owens.
It wasn't really a skip. It was more we just jumping around.
Yeah. Well, I kind of forgot about it. I just remembered now, so I was like, let's not forget it.
I knew I was going to come back to it. I had it pinned.
Okay. So that was a good segment. Shane McMahon came out, called Kevin Owens out. Kevin Owens was like, this isn't the first time you screwed a Canadian legend, referring to Bret Hart, and they're in Canada. Awesome moment. I loved it. AJ Styles came out. Kevin said, how can you trust a man who last did this to you? Played the footage of when AJ Styles threw Shane McMahon through that car window. That was dope. They kind of were like, yeah, we had our thing, but we're good. I handled him at WrestleMania, so I don't have to worry about him. It's basically what AJ Styles said. And Shane, he said, he was like, hey, as long as you motherfuckers don't give me a reason, I won't get in. Don't fuck with your boy.
Did you see before they had mics in their hands when they were in the ring what they were saying to each other?
No, what were they saying?
Okay, so the crowd was chanting like Kevin Owens, and the crowd and the other half of the crowd was like AJ Styles. You know what I mean? And they were going back and forth, and before they had mics in their hands, and AJ Styles was like, you hear that? And this is in your home.
Yeah,
it was mad funny, and it looked like Owens was laughing, but I didn't know if he was like. It kind of weirdly looked like a genuine laugh, like almost like they were getting a kick out of it.
On. Kevin Owens is that kind of guy.
And I know AJ was laughing when he was saying it, but it was just mad funny to me.
Oh, that's awesome, man! What a moment! Damn, I'm about to go rewatch that just so I can see that moment.
Yeah, and what I just liked about it is that they brought up valid points, like Owens is trying to get in Styles' head with the whole special guest referee thing. And then at the same time, it was just a really laid-back, chill back and forth. Like, they were just kind of having fun, it felt like, going back and forth with each other. You know, and because the crowd was super into it. So when the crowd is super into it, you can afford to kind of... You don't have to be super captivating on the microphone or cut like a really intense promo because the crowd is into it, so they're just entertained. So, you know, Owens was playing off of that, you know, and so was Styles. So I enjoyed that segment a lot, even though they weren't saying nothing like super crazy.
Great segment. And then basically AJ's like, the officiating around here hasn't been good anyway. Why don't we just forget the referee, forget everything, forget SummerSlam? Let's do this shit right now.
Yep.
And then I guess they kind of went at each other, and somehow
Shane got taken out because
Shane
Styles
got taken
Pele
out by
kicked
a
him
Pele kick. Yep.
by accident.
Definitely.
And then Owens just kind of laughed and left.
Also, by Shane saying, like, you know, I won't get involved as nobody gets me involved. I feel like that's setting up potential, like we talked about Kevin Owens, Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean,
So,
and we talked
that's
about,
interesting.
we've talked about that. Kevin Owens, Shane. And Kevin Owens is going to get heated at Shane at some point.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting that that was something he said, and on SmackDown, it was Styles that actually hit Shane.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe at SummerSlam, it'll be KO probably.
He gonna lose it. KO gonna lose it.
Yeah.
He gonna flip on him like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah. I'm excited.
You
I'm
don't know
excited
how to
for
do
that.
shit. Count the fucking 3. I can see KO on some shit, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm
But,
excited for it. I know, like, that whole match is going to be entertaining.
Yeah, that alone, like, yo, bro, come on. SummerSlam, SmackDown card, you gonna have that? Come on. That right there, I think, could go toe-to-toe with the Fatal 4.
You know what's interesting? We didn't see Jericho again.
Yeah. Maybe Jericho just came through to help him out real quick and switch that belt back.
Possibly.
You know? I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. I
If
mean,
there was a time we were going to see Jericho, it would have been, come on, Canada?
yeah, that's true. Wow. Man, that says something right there.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even think of that.
Yep.
Man. Wow. Okay, so what did we have next? We had a little interview with Nakamura, I believe, right? Renee interviewing Nakamura.
It was literally that. It was like a little short interview.
Yeah.
My notes, the most significant thing that Nakamura said was, Nakamura said John Cena is the guy.
Mm.
You know, like, he is the man. Like,
Yeah.
and I beat him, you know?
Exactly.
And then he goes, this is my destiny, and the Nakamura dynasty begins at SummerSlam.
He said, at SummerSlam, I'll become champion, and the Nakamura dynasty begins.
Yeah.
So
that was dope. I liked getting that from Nakamura.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's going to begin, and then it's going to end in, like, 15 seconds.
Maybe. Allegedly. Allegedly.
We'll see.
Allegedly. No sources.
All right. Jinder versus Orton was the main event.
Final match of the night. Yes. Jinder versus Orton. Nothing on the line.
Just a grudge match.
I guess you could say literally the end, the final piece to this feud.
The Bollywood boys weren't there either.
Yeah. Why were they not there? Did the refs, did the commentary even mention?
They mentioned them not being there. They didn't mention why.
Because nothing happened.
Not that I
Last
know.
week they were literally there in the box office.
I don't remember.
The suite, you know? The box office. The suite.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. But one thing I did know was that Jinder Mahal was from Canada. So I knew.
Oh, yeah.
That. And it was crazy to me because they were trying to, like, in that moment, he's from Canada, but the announcer said from Punjab, India. And then on the quick facts, when they show the little graphic, they made sure to put that he was from Punjab, India there too. So they were trying to go extra hard to me to give off this idea that he's from India. But, like, the crowd knows.
Yeah.
So he was getting cheered.
Solid match, though. Like, overall, it was a solid match. They had a back and forth, and Randy ended up getting that win. When it doesn't matter, it doesn't count. Randy got the W. How'd you feel about that?
I actually felt fine with it. I was going to ask you actually the same thing because I felt like you weren't as okay with that.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. I mean, I know, like, the Singh brothers weren't there, so obviously it makes sense because Randy is the better wrestler.
Yeah.
But I feel like there was loose ends there. Like, the Singh brothers, why weren't they there? Jinder is his home country, But of course, they're not gonna say that. But still, that is what it is. And I know everyone loses when it's like home country, hometown type thing, you know.
Yeah.
But
wait, that actually happened again too, because Zayn and Ty lost, even though they weren't like expected to win. But it's just interesting.
Yeah.
But
so you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So like that's the only thing. Like it's not a major issue.
No, I totally get what you're saying.
To beat Jinder anyway.
Yeah, to me it made sense because, and to me it didn't even make Jinder look weak as champion.
Word.
Like I don't know if you felt like, oh, maybe Jinder came
No. It didn't make me feel like that. No, because I understand like he needs help to be champ. You know. Anyway.
Exactly. So it made total sense to me because he's not the champ that dominates. We know what kind of champ he is.
Yeah.
And we know without the numbers advantage, he's gonna struggle. So it made sense. But like you said, where were the Singh brothers? Why weren't they there? Why do they call them the Singh brothers all the time instead of the Bollywood boys? Who knows? I don't know.
They dropped the Bollywood boys.
Well, did they just drop that? I don't know.
Yeah, they did. I think so.
Maybe if they're like in tag action, they'll call them the Bollywood boys again.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Right now, they ain't trying to be all pretty and flashy.
Yeah.
They mean business.
So, Orton wins, and then he goes up to the... He's walking out, celebrating. And then...
Turns around.
Rusev... Well, he doesn't even turn around. Rusev just kind of... Doesn't he just attack him from behind?
I thought he turned around and Rusev hit him with a, size 14 to the fucking mouth. Boom.
I thought he just kind of, ran
No, he kicked him in the face and was like, boom.
Did he really kick him?
Yeah.
Did I miss that? Because I just remember it, cut... It, went off air really quick.
He kicked him mad quick, and Randy dropped, and then it, went off air.
Wow.
I don't know if they were pressed for time, but it did cut,
I mean, SmackDown always just ends, once it hits 10, no matter what the fuck is going on, they end it, immedi's
Yeah.
Whereas Raw, it'd be 11, it'd be 11:27, and they just finally finish Raw. It's fucking crazy.
Right. But yeah, they just made it with the tag. So if it wasn't a kick, it was very quick anyway. So it was
exactly. I'm sure it continued after, but I didn't catch it.
Yeah, and that was basically the show. And
Smackdown.
It was cool. It was cool. I like the main storylines of Raw, but then I love the way that SmackDown's filling their cards for SummerSlam. So I wouldn't give one the edge over the other this week, but I definitely was digging the product.
Yeah. I feel like SmackDown, especially with the one less hour, it's so hard for them to miss on segments. Because every segment matters. They don't even have to waste it on something filler.
But Raw had a good balance this week.
I mean, but the fact that you just see the cruiserweights at all.
I mean, yeah.
Nah, but
I know what happened. No, I saw what happened. I just didn't want to really talk about it.
No, I didn't say. I said the fact that you have to see the cruiserweights at all.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said I didn't see it.
Oh, no. I mean, I know I didn't. But
yeah, they just need to cut that hour, man. I'm sorry. It was good when it was a super show. You're not a super show no more.
Exactly.
It's not reducing the product.
But even when it was 3 hours, they weren't even utilizing everyone, it always felt like. So
yeah, they still found a way to fuck up.
Yeah, so I don't know. Just on the fact that I'm angry right now about how Raw keeps fucking up shit, I'm gonna say SmackDown was better this week.
They didn't fuck up.
I'm not saying they fucked up this past week. I'm saying in general, Raw has a history of fucking up, and that's my tiebreaker. So SmackDown was better this week.
I can't be mad at that.
Exactly.
Man.
But you can be mad at Raw, and that's what I am.
Yeah, man. Yo, you want me to go hard for Raw? You want me to start going hard now? Crazy, imagine.
You can't. You'd have less ammo than I have as the SmackDown guy.
Brock Lesnar, he took my advice long ago, season 0. I told him get some new T-shirts, new designs. Look, he did that.
Wow.
Now you get a one-way
Raw is
ticket.
so good now.
One-way ticket. You saw that blue one.
Wow, Raw
one-way
is so
ticket
good.
to Toronto.
Man, that was a good argument for why Raw is so good.
Exactly. The Beast, he showed up. He surprised everyone.
Tell everybody what
Did it
color
for
the shirt you
Canada.
wearing is, though.
My shirt?
Yeah, tell him.
Canada Blue.
There you go. So he's a SmackDown guy. He don't even rep, bro.
I'm repping Canada, bro.
What do you mean you're repping Canada?
Blue Jays.
It's just blue.
I'm joking. but Brock Lesnar's shirt was blue too.
Oh, interesting. He's a SmackDown guy, it seems. He's smart too. But thank you for listening. That is our show. Again, Today's date is Friday, August 11th. Early morning of. It's about 1:30 a.m. by the time you're hearing this. It'll be noon. Friday, August 11th at noon, and that is the time you can expect us every single week from here on out. Maybe with some occasional, when there's a pay-per-view, we got to hit you with the Monday morning joint. So look out for that. But look out for the No Politics Wrestling Podcast every Friday at noon. Tell your friends, tell your kids, tell your wives, tell your husbands, all that. Go to bingo and tell all your old people at bingo.
That's right. In the bingo halls where the independence is going on, let them know. We out here. We talking about the big boys.
Exactly. Shout out to everyone that engaged with us this week. That's another thing on Instagram. Thank you for showing love.
Yeah.
Thank you for rocking with us. Do you have anything you want to say?
Nah, I appreciate everyone out there. It's always love, peace, chicken grease.
All right.
I'll see y'all next week.
Love, peace, all that.
Peace.